and this is Fire, Shield, and Shelter, where we talk prepping, tactical readiness, and homestead survival. Today I want to talk you through a real world scenario. Nothing fancy, no doomsday stuff, just a single day without power or access to supplies. It could be a storm, a cyber attack, or just bad luck. So what would I do? What should you do? Let's break it down. If I only had what was in my house, these are the 10 things I would rely on within the first 24 hours. We'll go through it one by one. Okay, so number one would be secure water. You have to have good clean water. It's good to have a backup source of water. And so we have a well, so that's our backup source of water because we're on city water. But some things to think about are if you have creeks or streams around you, the water's safe to drink. You can keep these life straws. They're portable. You can put them into a jar or into a glass. We keep one of these for every member of our family. You can get these larger, also made by Lifestraw, these larger high volume systems where you can put a lot of water through this for an entire family or maybe a small community. Keeping lots of water is really good. Having something like this where you have flats or bottles of water where it's good, clean, secure water, you know where it came from, it's sealed, you know that's safe to drink, it's good to keep that around. And then also some electrolyte water like Body Armor Light or something with electrolytes. If you're sweating or you're in a hot area, that's a good thing to have to restore yourself. So number two would be fire. Fire equals warmth and morale and can equal light. So we have a lot of different ways you can start fires. I like to keep a multitude of things around. We keep these magnesium blocks with strikers. I like to keep these in my emergency supplies. Ferro rods, same thing. It's basically just a striker. You can strike an arc off of it. Create a flint, and then you have matches. It's always good to have matches. They're easy to use, and if you store them, like we do, we vacuum seal them and keep moisture out of them. They'll last a long time. Just your basic lighters. You can light candles and start fires with these. These work real well. I keep quite a few of these around in the package. Then you have your electric lighters, which I like having these around too. These things are pretty neat. They're just a plasma lighter. They're rechargeable. I've got a couple different styles. They're fairly cheap. You can get these for 10 bucks a piece. They're all over Amazon and online. A couple different styles. Same thing with this as well. It's just longer so you can get down into a candle a little easier or get a little bit deeper with it. But they're all rechargeable. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while. It's part of the system that I put together. Okay, so number three would be lighting. Lighting is crucial when darkness falls. There are a lot of different options out there. I like to have some of all of them around. Battery-powered lanterns are great. You can store some extra batteries. You can light a room with that. Flashlights are important. Very crucial, actually. I like having a different assortment of flashlights. I got some flashlights that take standard batteries, some that are rechargeable. I really like the rechargeable, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Candles are a good option. We always keep candles around, but my absolute favorite is oil lanterns and hurricane lamps. You can keep a lot of oil. We have gallons of oil stored. You can buy wicks by the foot, and you can hang these around your house for decoration or just keep them stored away. As you can see behind me, we have one lit. We keep this and several others around the house. If the lights go out, we can light these up, and you can light your entire house with them. You can move them from hook to hook. We keep several hooks around the house, and they're simple, they look good, and they work great when the lights go out. So number four would be backup power. And backup power can be very crucial when the lights have been out for a while. Your phones are starting to go dead, flashlights might need to be charged, and so having some different options. Gas generator can be good. Some of these solar generators are great because you don't have to worry about running out of fuel. I have several solar panels for that. I can charge that up in a few hours, and then even a smaller battery backup, you keep it charged. You can charge your phone, emergency radios, you can charge a lot of things with that. And these little battery banks can be good too because you can charge your phone from these. It can give you a whole nother charge or two. That can be really good. So we keep several of those around. We'll go back through some of these. So this is 300 watt hour. I really like this. You can charge phones, flashlights, the electric lighters that we use, all sorts of things like that. And it's going to take a long time to run this down. Something larger like this is 2000 watt hour. Has a 30 amp RV plug, and you can actually run a lot of things in the house on this. This will run our refrigerator for 17 hours. So you can back up your refrigerator, your freezer. I actually have a couple of these, and I really like them. The Pecron E2000 is great. It's a great entry-level power station and solar charging option. These gas generators like this little suitcase generator is great. You can run most of the things in your house on it. Not all at the same time, but you can run several. We also have a larger generator out in our well house, and we can run most of the things in our house off of it. So it's good to have battery backup and options for power when the lights go out. Number 5 would be food. Food can be crucial, it's critical, and helps us keep our energy. So things like dehydrated foods, canned goods, even prepackaged food can be great. I really like some of these buckets of food. They're an emergency supply of food. These last 25 years on the shelf. There's a 30-day supply of food in this bucket for one person, so that could easily last the whole family for a week. Things like this dehydrated milk, you can add water and have a glass of milk. Eggs are great. You can dehydrate eggs and powder them and store them in a jar. These will last for 10 to 15 years on the shelf. Canned goods like peaches, pears, they're great. You can eat them right out of the can cold, or something like pinto beans or chili where it don't take a lot to heat them. Very minimal fuel, and you have yourself a warm meal. Top ramen and other things that are prepackaged also work well too. These high energy trail mixes are good. You get a lot of nutrition in there, and it don't require any heating. Pull it right out of the package and eat it. Number 6 is security. You don't need an armory. All you need is a firearm, some ammunition, and some training. I have several firearms on the table, so they've all been cleared for safety. None of them have magazines in them. This little 9mm is a great option with night sights on it. Works real well in the dark. I prefer something like this. It's a full-size pistol. It has a weapon light on it. So power's out or lights are out, it is dark, you can see what you're doing. It works real well, and it comes on and off quickly, so you don't give yourself away. The other option is an AR-15 like this. This is an AR pistol. It's short. It has a 7.5-inch barrel. It has a weapon light on it as well. I really like this with the red dot sight. Red dots are simple to use. Really comes down to personal preference. You should always have some ammunition and spare batteries for lights, red dots, whatever you have on your firearms. You should go to the range and get some training. It's good to be proficient with your firearm, and dry fire training works well. You can get laser trainers like the Manus system. I really like the Manus training systems. I have one for my AR-15, the Manus Blackbeard, which is a battery magazine that goes in here, and you pull your bolt carrier group out and put a laser bolt carrier group. It works together and it resets your trigger. It works with the Manus target system, which I have in this box. I have several calibers for my pistols, and you can dry fire train. Your camera on your phone works with their software, and you set up their targets, and you can dry fire train and not burn up ammunition. It works really well. If you don't know about that, look that up. Another option to go along with that is to have a dog. Dogs are a great line of defense. Dogs will bark when there's an intruder, and a lot of times they'll get between you and somebody else. Those are all great options for security. Number 7 is first aid. More than just band-aids, you need to have meds, trauma supplies, and antiseptics. It's good to keep a lot of things on hand, but some crucial things are tourniquets. Tourniquets are good to have. They stop bleeding if you have somebody that's wounded or has been cut real deeply. Keep hand sanitizer for sterilization, that works good. Keep alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, these are all good for cleaning out wounds. I like to keep baking soda. I like to keep bleach for sterilizing countertops and being able to clean things. Cotton swabs and cotton balls are another good thing to have. And just random bandages, Tylenol, Alka-Seltzer Plus. We keep a large box of all these things put away all the time. So we have lots of bandages. We have ways to seal up wounds. Number 8 is shelter. You need to have warm, secure shelter. If you have a large home or an unheatable space, you might have to move yourself into a smaller area in the house, like a bedroom. Space that could be insulated and possibly taped off. You could tape seams, You can use masking tape or duct tape along with plastic to tape over windows and keep drafts out. Another option for heating, and also in a small space like a bedroom, are these buddy heaters or a propane style heater like this Ozark barrel heater. They work really well. Obviously from size, it's going to depend on the size of room you're wanting to heat. This larger one will heat a larger room, but you're going to go through quite a bit of propane. This mid-size one probably works well for a bedroom, and the smaller one's going to heat a much smaller space but be more efficient. You got to keep that in mind. The larger the heater, the more propane you're going to go through. You have these thermal fans which work really well too. You can get these on eBay and Amazon. They heat up from the heat, and the heat causes them to spin, and they circulate air and actually heat a space quicker. These work real well, I know from experience. If you're going to use these style of heaters, you're going to want to have plenty of propane on hand. Make sure you have plenty of propane because you'll go through a bottle in 2 to 4 hours. Some other things to think about are keep plenty of blankets around. Make sure you have some wool blankets and ways to keep warm if you run out of propane. If you are going to use propane heaters to heat indoors, make sure they're indoor safe and have oxygen sensors. These all have oxygen sensors, will run safely inside a home, but there are propane heaters that are not safe to run indoors, so make sure you check with manufacturer specifications. Number 9 is communication. Ham radios and emergency weather radios are crucial when phones go dark. These are a great option. This is a Voyager Pro. I like a lot of the Cato brand. The Voyager emergency radios are great. This has a lot of options on it. This has solar recharge. So it's got a little solar panel. It's got a built-in rechargeable battery in it. It also cranks. You can charge it with the crank and you can run it off the crank. But I personally don't want to sit here and crank on this thing while I'm trying to use it. So this is where having battery backup comes in handy. So this has a built-in reading light. It has a built-in emergency flashlight, and it comes with this plug-in. You lift the little flap, plug it in. I can turn on my battery backup, which it's on. I can plug this in. And there we go, I have power. So we have an emergency flashlight. It has a built-in reading light, and it's AM, FM, has shortwave radio, and has the weather band channels in it. This is great for communication. You need to know what's going on when things are happening, especially when everything goes dark. I really like the Voyager Pro. I like all the Cato stuff. They make great weather band radios. And this is what I was saying about building systems. I was talking a little bit about rechargeable things in building systems. So having this being powered by a battery backup, using that same battery backup to be able to recharge my phone, my flashlights, my electric lighters, it creates an infinite resource. At least, it may not be completely infinite, but during a grid down or power outage, this works great for continued resources. And finally, number 10, cooking gear. A small barbecue grill, propane cook stove like this, or a cooking burner for a Mr. Buddy heater works great. This is actually a neat option. I found this on eBay a while back. You can place this right on your Buddy heater, and you can heat food up on there. It'll heat a pan of beans, or it'll heat up a small skillet. It came with this little magnetic thermostat. You can set this right on it. It'll tell you how hot your burger is if it's ready to cook. I really like these little propane cook stoves. These work really well. This one's made by Coleman. You got to keep plenty of propane around, but you can heat up multiple items. If you have a family, you can heat up a couple things at a time. They're pretty efficient. They don't burn up too much propane, and these are also nice to have. This is a propane refiller. You can buy these on eBay or Amazon, and you can hook up your small propane bottles to a large propane tank, and you can refill your own bottles, because those little bottles get fairly costly. So here's the truth. Most people fail in 3 places. Number 1, they panic. Number 2, they depend too much on tech. And number 3, they assume someone's coming to help. And I assure you, the system of help has let many people down. A single day without power can show you exactly where you're strong and where you're vulnerable. And that's what this channel is all about. Building a life that can survive pretty much anything with a fire, shield, and shelter. Thanks for watching. If this is the kind of thinking that speaks to you, hit subscribe. I'll be covering gear, prepping systems, homestead tactics, and off-grid survival. Don't get caught off guard. Let's get ready together.